How's it going, everybody? Brittney SLAYES here from Unleash the Archers. So we had a lot of comments on the last video of people that actually liked the idea of maybe doing some kind of like pop-up video for one of our music videos. So I thought I'd give that a shot for you today. I figured we could just work backwards from our most recent video. Well, not our most recent, because that would be Heartless World, which is really just me dancing around in front of a green screen with lyrics and funny smoke effects and things like that on it. So not really too much to talk about there. The video just before that one was Northwest Passage, which was a lot going on there, and I did do an explanation video for it on the Napalm channel, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you go do that. And then, yeah, so I figured we'd just kind of do a little bit of behind the scenes stuff and tell you what's going on and let you in on all the secrets and all that jazz. So, yeah, without further ado, let's take a look-see here and see what I can tell you about this crazy video. Alright, so this is Northwest Passage, a Stan Rogers cover song. From our EP that we released in October called Explorers. Let's go. So obviously, this first scene here is in a bar in Vancouver called the Rickshaw, where we play a lot of shows. It's kind of like the metal venue in Vancouver, and yeah, seeing definitely a ton of shows there, and I'm sure a lot of bands out there that are touring bands will know the venue. And that was iced tea in my tumbler glass there. So no, I was not drinking real Canadian whiskey. I'm sorry to those of you that were hoping that I was, but we did that quite a few times, that take, so I would have been obliterated. This studio that we're in here is Hippo Sonic Studios in Vancouver. And the engineer was kind of like, wait, you just want to film me? You're not actually recording with me or anything? And we were like, yep, I hope that's okay. And he was like, yeah, sure, whatever. There, just going to pause it here for a second. There you can see Brayden, just a quick little snippet of Brayden there. We thought it would be funny because the video was all about timelines and about like alternate universes and, you know, where we would be if we weren't in the band, or if we didn't know each other, or if particular members had stuck around. Brayden is one of the founding guitar players for the band, but he left in 2013 and was replaced by Andy King, who you see then is kind of the next shot after Brayden. So we just kind of were throwing in like, what if Brayden was still in the band and hanging out and recording with us? So for those of you that know who he is and you caught that, good job. And for those of you that didn't, now you know. Oh, by the way, that scene where they show my ring there, that is very important. The reason why it's in there is not just a random scene. It's because you can tell the Brittneys apart by the rings that she's wearing. And this one is actually a family heirloom. I wear it all the time. It belonged to my great aunt, so it's been passed down through many generations. I just love that we made Andy King a FedEx driver in his other life. We all kind of have moments where we're who we would be if we weren't in the band. Sort of snapshots of us as just regular people, and we were kind of like, well, what could Andy be? But we want it to be like where he sees Grant and interacts with Grant but doesn't know who he is, because in another world, you know, they would have never met each other. So yeah, found a FedEx hat at the Value Village and it went from there. And that's Grant's actual house where he lives with his adorable little family, and that is his little boy Jethro. Another little quick shot of Brayden there. This is a park by where Scott and I live, and that puppy belongs to our director, Rod Scobie. And that office is actually an office that I work from. Sometimes. Have a couple. I mentioned in the last video that shot is by a drone. We picked up the drone, pulled it out of the box and pulled out the instructions and proceeded to learn, all of us all together, how to use it, because Scobie had never used one before, and it was a lot of fun. He picked it up very easily, though. All the rest of us were still kind of like, wait, what? And he was like flying that thing around like nobody's business. So it's a good thing we had him around. This is the Sea to Sky Highway, by the way, and that shot there from sort of here, shooting up at me, is actually a camera strapped to the side of the van. And it was very scary driving the Sea to Sky Highway round and round and round. I think I did about 20 laps, maybe more, I don't even remember, with this thing strapped to the side of the car that costs so much money. And yeah, it was very nerve-wracking, and I'm like trying to like not do any sudden movements or anything, but it was a lot of fun. It's also very like, you're very aware of yourself when there's a camera just like right here at your face all the time. It's very strange. Definitely tested our acting chops, this one. And this scene here is actually, if you really pay attention, it's supposed to be like I'm driving and then Andrew and Grant are in the back, and then next thing I know, it's like I've moved into another universe, but I'm not really aware of it, and then all of a sudden it's Scott and Grant in the background. I mean, in the back seat. Yeah, so this is kind of like the first little tidbit of alternate universes. And then this here is really where we're kind of like lots of universes are happening at once. And that photographer that steps into the scene is Shimon, and he is our actual photographer. We've been using him since 2010, I think. Yeah, I think it was actually maybe even earlier than that. But yeah, so he's our real photographer. This is his studio, and then we did that shot by doing a dolly, just like a small one, not like some crazy dolly like that you see in the behind the scenes of like big blockbuster movies or anything like that. Just a little dolly. And so the camera would do the same shot over and over again, from the exact same line, the exact same direction and everything, and the exact same speed. And then Scobie just kind of slotted us all in, and we walked and did that shot like a million times in a million different outfits. And then you see actually also in the mirror we start to change there before we change in the actual photo shoot, because it's kind of like the whole time you're supposed to be seeing into these other universes through Alpha, Brittney's eyes, which is like the main Brittney. We had a lot of fun doing this. And clothes were everywhere. And this scene was awesome. Andy King had to change again like 50,000 times. And the drooping of the licorice was very important, of course. So here, this scene is pretty funny. Scott was like, we gotta have like a hunting scene. So what it initially was if you pay attention once again, Scott and Andrew are hunting. And then you see like what they're seeing through the binoculars, and then when you cut back to them, it's Scott and Grant. But Grant is in, oh my god, Grant is in Andrew's clothing. Like right down to the glasses and everything. It's so funny. It just makes me laugh every freaking time, just seeing Grant completely in Andrew's clothes. Oh, I don't know, that it's probably, I'm the only one probably laughing right now, but keep going. And then the wheelchair was Scott's idea. He was like, we gotta have someone that's differently abled. And then, ooh, the grave scene here, we found kind of like, we look for the best headstone that we felt we could superimpose our names and the band logo and everything onto. And just kind of actually, we didn't ever stand on the grave, but this was someone's actual grave at a graveyard. And so Scobie did his effects magic, his CGI stuff that he's so good at, and just put our names on there, and yeah. I guess there's not really too much technical about that. We're all good at photoshopping now, aren't we? If any of us have spent any time on Reddit. And then did a little bit of green screen action there with me stepping out from behind the tree. And then this scene here in the hot tub, that's actually in mine and Scott's building. Shut up, really? That's what I always imagined Andrew was saying at that point. Scobie is actually in the middle of the hot tub during that scene. And he has the camera in his hands, and we're just like, oh, are you gonna be all right with this? Is everything? Oh God, please don't drop the camera. And he's like, oh no, I got this. And then we were very much inspired by that 70s show, if any of you have ever seen that, where we're all just basically going around in a circle, not stoned, but that would have been nice, I guess, by that point. That was like at the very end of a very long day. This video was about 72 hours straight of 12-hour shoots, and then it was like I think a 10-hour shoot on the last day. So yeah, just a very little sleep and a lot of hard work. Oh, okay, so then the multiple Brittneys popping into the scene here. So what Scobie did was he had a green screen that he set up in front of Scott and the amps and just filmed the crowd, then just filmed me in a bunch of iterations, and then filmed the boys doing their thing, and then just once again superimposed everything in there. Got a couple friends with us up on stage there. Aaron, ex-member of Archon Legion, and Scott on guitar there, and I got on the guitar at one point, I think. Andrew and Grant both got on the drums. And then this is a friend of mine, Julia, who is a drummer in a band called Revenger. She's a killer drummer and also killer body double. So of course, just make sure that you're over the shoulder, never show the face, typical, you know, body double type stuff. Sure, we're all very familiar with video effects by now. And then we just had kind of like now I'm just like straight up running through other timelines, and everything's all messed up, and evil Brittney's chasing me, and etc. Some more body double action here. This is really weird because it was just like we were just like back and forth right away, and so at one point I had to be like the scared, victimized Brittney, and then the other one I had to be like evil Brittney, about to push Alpha Brittney down the stairs. So very quickly I had to get into two different frame of mind, and I did have to lay in a puddle at the bottom of the stairs, which was gross. But the things you do for your music videos, right? Right. The sacrifices we make. It's alright. It was worth it. Thanks to everyone that came out for their crowd shots there. Appreciate that. That was my evil look. A lot of people at the end there, they thought that that was like me, the confident Brittney. Like, I don't know, I guess you'd call it, like, I can't really remember the word, not hypothetically, but pushing the scared and, you know, kind of unconfident Brittney down the stairs and being like, that's an end to that, and I'm gonna be cool and powerful now, and really it was just evil Brittney. Nothing really to do with, you know, overcoming your fear or anything like that. Just straight up, you know, someone murdering somebody else. We go to some dark places sometimes in this band, but don't we all, right? Cool. Anyways. Okay, yeah, so that's it. There's a lot going on in that video. A lot of editing, that's for sure. Poor Scobie just was behind that computer. I mean, it was like 3 days of madness shooting from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then like weeks of Scobie doing lots of hard work and things that you don't often, you know, it's hard to tell when it's good special effects, and you know that, you know, you barely even notice that they're there. So great job, Scobie. Yeah, okay, so cool. If you guys like that video, let me know and I'll do another one. Or if there's a particular video you want me to do next, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, if you want to see me do anything else, maybe like some warm-up videos or whatever you can think of, just let me know and I'll I'll give it my best shot. So thanks so much, you guys, for watching, and thanks for all your support. As usual, we love you. So I'll see you next time. Bye.